Welcome back to the class, guys. I have a kind of feelings that I'm getting some complaints from you. The complaint is that Mr. Kiran, Tor network is a bit slow. We are unable to find very good proxies on the proxy free websites that are providing proxy servers list, and we are unable to select proper proxies because some proxies have very good uptime but their speed is low. Some are very good at anonymous, again the speed or the connection is slow. A kind of complaints you want to ask, or you may be writing in the comment section of this course. Obviously it is, proxy servers are very slow, connections are very slow, and it will be very irritating when you actually use either a Tor network or a Tor service, Tor browser or chain of proxies when you are actually working or trying to hide your PC or trying to be anonymous on network. So do you have any alternative? Yes, I do have alternative, and the tool is AnonSurf. Basically it is a repository that you need to install on Kali Linux. If you are using Parrot operating system, it comes by default, and you can install on Ubuntu as well. And even this tool AnonSurf will use Tor network, so obviously slow connections are inevitable and you have to get used to it. So what is AnonSurf? AnonSurf is a tool or a script that is actually developed by team of members at Parrot Sec, and that is the reason if you install Parrot OS, this tool AnonSurf comes by default or is installed by default. And this script was actually made for making your system completely anonymous. So system wide anonymity is the purpose or main functionality of this system. However, there is no guarantee that 100% anonymity is possible. So according to this tool AnonSurf, system wide anonymity is achieved, and this tool not only routes all your traffic through Tor network, but it also lets you to use IP2 tables so that you can erase any traces on your disk. So what is I2P table, or what is I2P? I2P is Invisible Internet Project. I have already opened the website geti2p.net. Here you can read much about I2P. So as you can see, I2P is Invisible Internet Project is a fully encrypted private network layer. It protects your activity and location. Everyday people use network to connect to people without being very tracked and so on. So you can read much about I2P in this page. So as said, AnonSurf uses I2P tables in order to erase any traces on your disk. Hence it is considered as one of the best tools that you can use to have anonymity on internet. So let's start working on this tool. So let's start working on this tool. Let me open the browser. Let me maximize the screen, and let me type download AnonSurf from GitHub. So it is a repository that you need to download and install the repository. As you can see, you can either download the zip file or you can just copy the link. Open terminal, open the terminal, and git clone is the command to download the repository. And now you can paste the link that you have copied, hit enter. WD home Kiran Tirukola, so ls, and as you can see, Kali AnonSurf is a folder in which you have to move Kali, and if you type ls again, you have installer.sh is a file that is used to install this repository. And in order to install, let me clear the screen first. You can simply type sudo // and the name of the file, that is installer.sh. And now you are asked to type the root password. Type the root password, great pass, and hit enter. And let me wait till the installation gets finished. It's going to take 11 minutes as an estimated time to finish this installation, because you have to download the packages. As you can see, now the installation of the tool AnonSurf is now complete. So when you type AnonSurf, SURF, and hit enter. As you can see over here, this is AnonSurf, and AnonSurf comes by default with Parrot operating system, and you can use start, stop, restart, change in status with AnonSurf command in order to start the service to make your system completely anonymous. So let me see the status first. For that, the command is, let me clear the screen, clear. So guys, the screen is clean, and let me type AnonSurf. But wait, since this tool AnonSurf is developed by Parrot operating system, let me honor the team who has developed it, and let me happily demonstrate you this tool on Parrot operating system. So let me move to Parrot operating system. So as you can see guys, this is the Parrot operating system, and if I open the terminal, click on the terminal, and this is the Parrot terminal, and let me type AnonSurf over here, SURF, and if I hit enter, as you can see, this is AnonSurf application or a program, version 3.1.8. It's a command line interface, and it is developed by Mr. Lorenzo, Lisetta, Mr. Francisco, and also extended by Mr. Daniel. Currently this tool is maintained by Nong Hong and their respective email addresses, but don't email them unnecessarily. If you have something very important that you can add some extended functionality to this tool. As you can see, you can use this tool with AnonSurf as a command, and the options that are listed over here. And if you see help, AnonSurf help, clear, AnonSurf help, it is the same content that you have seen earlier. So help is not that much useful over here, but you can actually type man AnonSurf and hit enter, and this is the man pages or manual pages of this Git AnonSurf anonymizing toolkit for Parrot OS operating system. Usage: AnonSurf, start, stop, restart, change ID, status, my IP, and DNS. Description: set up Tor proxy to route all the traffic through the Tor. As we have discussed earlier, this tool is used to completely anonymize your system using the Tor network, so it will route all your traffic to the Tor network. And you can read this description for more details, like if you want my IP, you can check the current IP of your system and so on. So let me type Q to exit. So now I am out of manual pages, and if you want to start this service, let me clear the screen once again, clear, AnonSurf, enter. So as you can see, AnonSurf start. Before that, let me check the status if this tool is already running, because this is a Parrot operating system and it will come by default. For that, you have to check the status, status. As you can see over here at the top right corner, AnonSurf is not working. At this point, I want to remind you that when you are using proxy chain application, you have to actually run the Tor service manually. For that, the command was service Tor start, and to stop the Tor, you have to give the command service Tor stop. And when you are checking the status of Tor network, the command was service Tor status. Similarly, you have given AnonSurf status over here. But when you are using proxy chain, you have to always mention proxy chains in front of the command. Say for example, PROXYCHAI proxy chains. Then if you are using Nmap tool, or if you are using a Firefox, you have to always mention this. Proxy chains. You have to append this proxy chains text to whatever the application you are using. But the beauty of this application AnonSurf is that you don't need to do this once you have already started the service. So let me start the service, because as you have seen that when you have given the AnonSurf status, the AnonSurf was not working. So as you can see again over here, AnonSurf is not running. So AnonSurf, now let me start start. Before starting, let me also show you one thing. Let me open the browser. So the Firefox is started, and let me open the website whatismyipaddress.com. whatismyipaddress.com. As you can see, this is my IP address 183.83.162 and 17. Let me also open Google website, google.com. So as you can see, we have a Google India page opened over here, and Google is offered in Indian languages, Hindi and so on. Now when I actually start this service AnonSurf, hit enter. Do you want to kill the dangerous application? Basically AnonSurf actually kills all your browser activity. Click yes, and error while trying to kill the application, you have to mention the password. And as you can see over here, top right corner, you are now under Tor network. Start AnonSurf daemon is success. So you are now with a Tor network. So let me clear the screen over here and let me minimize this window, drag aside over here. And now if I again refresh this Google website, I should be pointing to different countries Google page. Say for example, see the Indian languages are now missing. And let me also refresh the website, what is my ipaddress.com. I should get different IP address over here. So meanwhile, let me type, as you can see, 89.58.19.2. So let me also type AnonSurf and my IP to check my IP address. It is an option that you give with AnonSurf to check the public IP address. So getting the data from the server, right top corner over here, it is 185.220, 102 and 248. So these two IPs are different. So let me repeat this process for a couple of times to show you why these two IPs are different. Let me open Google and my location, enter. We have an error that is already expected. So maybe if I refresh 2-3 times, I should get a suspicious activity revealing my IP address. So it is not happening. So let me type google.com again and let me refresh this page once again. Refresh. Let me also open another website, myip.com. So here, before actually hitting enter on my keyboard, let me go to the terminal, Parrot terminal, and repeat the command AnonSurf myip, hit enter, and again now I will actually type myip.com. See, when I hit enter here on terminal, the IP is 185.220, 102 and 248. But in this website, the IP address is 45, 154, 168 and 39. We are actually getting different IP address repeatedly. Again, I have hit enter. Again, my IP address is 185.220, 102 and 248. We are seeing these different IPs when I have executed the command in terminal as well as in the browser, because this tool AnonSurf not only routes your traffic through a circuit based routing on a Tor network, but it will also do a packet based routing of IP2. So we will get different IPs when we are using different terminals or different applications, like whether it is a browser or if you are using Nmaps. So different Tor circuits are used based on the circuit based routing as well as a packet based routing. So this is why it is considered as one of the best tools for anonymity service. So let me now close this window, and if I type AnonSurf and hit enter, so these are all the options. As you have already seen, help, start, stop is an option with AnonSurf that is used to stop the Tor proxy and return to the clean net, and restart is a combination of both start and stop, as you have already seen. Change ID is an option that is used to change your identity on the Tor network randomly. Status that you have already seen, my IP, that is used to display your public IP address or check your public IP address. Now this AnonSurf application can be enabled to start at the boot. So whenever you boot your operating system, that is Parrot operating system in this case, the AnonSurf will automatically start. Okay, and in order to enable this boot, you can give the option enable boot with AnonSurf as an option. And if you want to check the status after you have booted, this is the option, status -boot. You have to give the AnonSurf and you can disable the boot option. So let me check the status once again, status. So as you can see the status, we have a bandwidth information for upload and download, for the download and upload. So let me keep this window minimized and let me now open the new window, new terminal window. Type AnonSurf, hit enter, and if you want to enable a boot option, if you want to enable this application at boot, the option is AnonSurf enable boot -boot and hit enter. You have to give the root password, and when you now restart your computer As you can see over here, enable AnonSurf at boot is success. So when you actually boot the system, every time when you access any service on internet, whether you visit a website or whether you're doing nmap scanning or whether you are doing a ping test, your system is completely anonymized. And now this application also comes with a GUI, that is graphical user interface. If you go to the applications under privacy, you have AnonSurf GUI, that is graphical user interface, start AnonSurf, stop AnonSurf, change the exit node. Okay, so let me do that over here in the terminal. AnonSurf and change ID is the option. Copy. So change ID, when you actually give AnonSurf with change ID, it will change your ID. As you can see over here, you have a new identity. Now if I type again AnonSurf my IP, you will see a different IP getting data from the server, and your IP address is 199.195.250 and 77. You can go to whatismyipaddress.com to check the location of this IP address or exit node of a Tor circuit. Let me go to the graphical user interface GUI and click on GUI AnonSurf. As you can see over here, this is a pretty small but have very good functionality. You can restart the Tor service. This is the option, so it has a graphical user interface. Now if I click on the restart, you have to type your root password, enter. Now if I again let me, okay, now AnonSurf is now running. Now if I click on my IP, this is this option. So my IP button is equal to the option of my IP in the terminal. So let me click on my IP, getting data from the server, and 185.220.101.170, and the other option is stop, change identity, details. So click on the details. You will see server is activated, ports activated, DNS activated, enable at boot is also activated. You can click on disable if you want to disable this option, enable at boot. Now let me go back. Change identity you have already seen, restart, and Tor status. Now you will see the same, exactly, now you will see the same details of Tor bandwidth. So guys, now let me type curl and check IP dns.org. So let me check the IP once again using the curl. As your IP is 185.220.101 and 142, I think that is the same IP that we have displayed over here in the earlier command when I executed AnonSurf my IP. So now let me also run nmap command to scan my website. So I don't need to give AnonSurf command in order to do the nmap scanning. In the proxy chain application, you have to give proxy chains, then you have to give the command nmap, but here you don't need to do that. Simply you can type nmap and give some port numbers, 21, let me give 80, 443, fine, and my website name, and hit enter. So you will get the result, nmap scan result. So port 21, 80 and 443, all the three ports are open on this web server. So that's it about this very powerful AnonSurf tool. It is very simple and very powerful tool that makes your system completely anonymous. And when I say completely anonymous, it is not guaranteed. Nothing is 100% anonymous on internet. So please keep that in mind, and this is all about this tool. So meet you in the next class, guys. Have a great day. Thank you for watching the video, and do subscribe to the YouTube channel INSECTECHS.